What's up guys, welcome to your 140th Android tutorial for the new Boston. What we're going to do in this tutorial is basically finish up our custom pinpoint class. And basically the setup for what we have left in this class is going to be pretty simple and pretty quick. So this might be a short tutorial, but let's work with this overlay item, create item, and we get passed in a int value. So what we want to return is basically the value in our array list that we set up. So we call that array list called pinpoints, and what we're going to do is say dot get, and we're basically going to refer to the index within our array list. So we're going to say the index, and we're going to call the index I, which is again being passed in. So now it's just going to return the value of whatever position in our array list at position I, or whatever is being passed in. That's the value of this class and what it's going to do. And basically when we use this size method, all we're going to do is return the size of our array list. So again, it's going to be simple. So pinpoints dot size, and that's going to be the size of our array list. So that's just going to return how big our array list is, and that's what the size method is going to be used for. Now what we need to do is we need to add some sort of method that's going to insert some stuff into our array list. So what I'm going to do is create a method called insert pinpoint or something like that. So you can just say public void, and we're going to say insert pinpoint or something, and we want an overlay item. We're just going to call this item, maybe something like that. So we get passed in an overlay item, and what we want to do is basically add to, again, our overlay type or overlay item type array list. So again, we have our array list called pinpoints, and we're just going to use a method called add. Pretty simple, right? And we're going to add the overlay item into our overlay item list or array. So we're just going to refer to the item that's being passed in, called again item, and add it to our array list. We also want to populate, so we're just going to say this and populate, and all this does is it's a utility method to perform all the processing on a new itemized overlay. So it's just going to get everything set up for the most part, and we're good to go. I mean, we've pretty much set up this whole class. Again, it has two constructors and everything is ready to be used. So let's save it and close it for now. Hopefully we won't have to come back to this and change anything, but who knows, we might. But there we go. We're pretty much done with that custom pinpoint class, and now we can actually refer to it within our main class, or actually within our touchy overlay class, which is within our main class. And we're going to do that within the onCreate method. So again, we have a remember, we have a constructor for that custom pinpoint class that takes in a drawable, and it also takes in a context. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll up to our onCreate method of our main class and create a drawable item. So what I'm going to do is just simply create a drawable that we're going to use for a whole class. So let's define it above, and we're going to say drawable D, and we're going to set D, which again is our drawable object, and we're just going to say equal to get resources dot get drawable, refer to maybe our drawable folder. If you guys put in a drawable for this, again, you want to make sure, like, if you're doing like a bullseye or something like that, because it's going to be adjusted or bound to the center of our drawable object. I'm just going to use the icon that comes with the default package for now, because I don't really feel like busting out my Photoshop or whatever and creating some bullseye that's going to turn out terribly. So I'm just going to use, again, just the default icon that comes with the project when we set it up. And now we have a drawable set up. So we're going to go back into our button, place pinpoint, give us some space to work with, and just as for this tutorial, we don't have a lot of time, but let's create a custom pinpoint. and we're just going to say custom, something like that. We're going to set this equal to new custom pinpoint, and we're going to pass in that D variable, which is our drawable, and also the context of our main class. So we're going to say our main.this, which is referring to the context of our main class. And now we've set up a custom object, which we'll get into more because right now it's not going to really do anything. So we need to do some more stuff, and we'll finish off, this and the next tutorial, and we're going to be able to draw to our map. So I'll catch you guys then, and have a good one.